Hi everybody, welcome back to the eBay Cave and Commonwealthpicker. Had plans tonight to do a video for vintage clothing, and that cha-ching just kept going off on the phone, and it looks like I'm going to have to do a little bit of extra shipping tonight, so we're just going to do this one tonight, and we'll do the vintage clothing tomorrow. It's the last bit of a leftover from last week's yard sales that I still haven't talked about. It was a really good week last week, so tonight was really good. Especially in the evening, things just kept selling and selling. Also had an auction end. I want to talk about that for a sec as well. We're going to ship 3 things off and talk about what sold. I have the numbers here. $459.26 today, so pretty happy about that. And we'll show you what sold to make that amount of money for us tonight. But first, let me talk about something you saw in a video the other night, and you see this box is in pretty bad condition, and I did an auction on this item the other night, and it is in poor condition. And you'll see there how poor condition it is. But this guy, believe it or not, sold on auction for just under $70. So I'm really happy with that sale, and I'll ship that out, but the buyer has not paid just yet. I'm sure they will, but we'll ship that out tomorrow. All right, we're going to ship 3 things out. We'll talk about those 3 things, and then we're going to look at some other things that sell well. A little bit of retail arbitrage that doesn't always pay off quickly, but it does eventually pay off. And there were 2 big retail arbitrage items that went out and are going to sell, or are going to be shipped out tonight. So take a look at some of these items if you're looking for things that you might be looking for out there. Retail arbitrage, or Black Friday deals, or even after Christmas or after Thanksgiving deals, which we'll talk about as those dates come up. So let's look at what sold. First item up is going to be a Harley Davidson pink shirt. And it's a shout out to my dad, who's going to be coming to visit here pretty quick. He doesn't remember, but he was with me when I bought this item for $1 at a 100 mile yard sale that they have in the last fall when he was out. And bought it for $1, and it sold for about $16, $15.71. So $1 purchase. It's going to be just about $9 profit on that, maybe just a little bit less. So pretty happy about this one. Now, I do not, like some sellers, put their items in shrink wrap first. I just put them in the poly bag and ship them off. What do I hear in here? Who are these people? Oh my goodness.
And me.
Did y'all want Sophie to appear on the video? Yes. Here you go, y'all. There's Sophie. She's the princess of the house here. She doesn't do much of anything. It doesn't even look like she's awake, I don't think. What do you think?
She looks like she's lazy.
What do you think she's been doing? You think she's lazy?
Yeah, she's really lazy.
You gonna go out picking with me this weekend, huh? You gonna go out yard sailing? I doubt it. All right. Y'all say hi.
Hi.
There you go. You see him?
Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to give them 1 million subscribers.
1 million. All right, here you go.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.
See you in a little bit.
Make sure to see Sophie one more time.
Okay, buddy. All right. We're going to go ahead and ship this one out. And it should be an 8-ounce item. And it's $3.28 in shipping. I just put it directly into the poly bag and ship it on off. Alrighty, and listen to that printer go. Next item on the list today is another lure that was not an auction and did sell. I think this one was one we definitely talked about the other day. Uncle Mark still needs to come on up and look at my lures here, but I have been selling these pretty well. So with this lure and the 4 other ones that I've already sold, let me do some quick math here. About $140 profit already, and we still have these items right here to go. So pretty exciting, pretty happy about that. Just gonna put this one in a box right here that I found. My wife just came home, and I picking my daughter up from her gymnastics, and brought a bunch of boxes and some some wrap and some bubble wrap and some stuff like that. So I appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and ship this one as well. It's going to be $309. It was $12.89 plus shipping on top for this, so that was a nice little profit. All right, let's see. That's the Harley shirt. And this one is going to be for the lure. I'm going to put some extra tape around that just to make sure it doesn't get crushed. Pretty good. And then, just for a little added safety, we'll put it in our eBay branded poly envelopes. And, let's see, is the quarter coming up? I guess not quite yet. I have another 30 days before I can get my free eBay shipping supplies that come along with the store subscription. So there is a perk to getting that score, you know, a few perks, obviously, to getting that subscription to a store. If you ever have any questions about that, leave it in the comments below, and I'll try to answer it for you. If you're not an experienced eBay seller and it's something you want to get into, I'll be happy to answer those questions for you. All right, let's see. What else can we do here? Next item up is going to be, I think we discussed this in a previous video, this like tiki looking stapler, totem almost, I guess I'd call it tiki. Disney, pretty rare item. It was out there for a while, and I ended up taking a best offer item on this for $28, I believe is what we went. And it's gonna go, it's a little under 16 ounces, but we got to protect it. So it's gonna go in a region A box. It could just go in a regular party box and it'd be the same. It's going to Tennessee, just one state over. And so I'm just going to put it in that one. And you can go to the USPS online store here and order these Region A boxes. And no matter, basically whatever you can fit in here up to a certain weight, but whatever you can fit in here goes out for 2 pounds. 2 pounds, whatever 2 pounds would cost is what it's going to cost you. So got to get a few of those. Don't use it all the time, but definitely use it enough that we keep them around. And one day I'll go through and show you. This is a pretty small space, and I have over 800 items listed, and almost all of it is in here. I have a couple other closets for the clothes, and I use a couple places around the house for some bigger items, but almost all of those items are stored in this room or in that very next room, which is basically a glorified closet. So you got to get pretty strategic on how you store stuff. And you gotta, you know, if this is something you want to get into, that's something to be thinking of. You don't want it to take over your life and take over all your space. You have to be diligent in moving stuff out and getting stuff sold, and not creating these giant piles of stuff that interrupt your life. So, all right, I think that's gonna be all we ship for today. Let's talk about some of the other items that sold. Let's take this over here for a second and give you a little bit of an idea of the items that sold today. Okay, and we will go ahead and discuss each one of those. Now, this is an interesting one. I do not suggest buying bowling balls to sell. However, I buy a lot of bowling ball bags, vintage bowling ball bags. You can sell them as diaper bags, actually. They don't make a lot of money, but if I can get them for $1 or $2 and sell them for $15, some of the unique ones will bring $20, $25, $30, $40. I have one that I think I'm going to list for $50. And occasionally, you got to buy the ball too. They make you take the ball in the deal. And sometimes I'll say to somebody, hey, I'll give you $3 for it if you keep the ball. And they say, I'll give you $3 for it. You better take the ball. At any rate, this is an interesting one, the Twister one. And we're thinking about all the people out there that have been hurt by the tornadoes lately. This twister ball can sell a little bit. This one sold at a decent price. Obviously, the shipping on something like this is going to be pretty pricey, unless it sells very close. And almost all the time when I sell a bowling ball, it's going to go to one of the surrounding states because it just gets cost prohibitive if it's going anywhere else. This one sold for $29.95, and essentially it was a throw-in into a bowling ball bag that I wanted, a Don Carter bowling ball bag, and it's a nice little profit to add on top. This is going to end up being about a $25 profit item, including the bag. I'm going to end up making about $45 on that one bowling ball bag purchase. So that one will be shipped out in a little bit. All right, this item we talked about the other night. It's the battery operated one, and it works well. And this Furby sold, and it sold for, I think what I mentioned it sold for the other day, which is $27.30 is what I ended up listing this item for, free shipping. So I'm gonna get that bowling ball off the table because it's gonna fall and hit my foot. So happy with that one. Bought that for $25. What else do we have? Battlestar Galactica, which was in a giant lot of stuff. And it sold for $17.88. Had a PlayStation 2 game that sold for $12.71. This Land-In t-shirt that I got in a free box sold for $15.88 or something like that. Not a great item, but we got it for free. It's a nice little it'd be more than about $9 profit on that item. We talked about this the other day, this Pentax Honeywell camera and without the lens, and it has the case. It sold for, I think, $19 plus shipping for that one. $18 plus shipping for that one. And we're already well into the profit there. Now, well, let's talk about this one next. This one is a special of my wife's, and she's really good at finding these. This is a Reyn spooner, and this is definitely a bolo, so it's an item you need to definitely look out for. Rayon, made in Korea, so it's a vintage item, Penn State vintage item, and it's definitely a nice one because this is a Goodwill buy by my wife, and she paid $4 for it, essentially, $3.99, and it sold for, I don't even think we had to do a best offer on it. It sold for $41.81. So it's a very nice profit on a piece of clothing right there. All right, so some lucky. I'm curious to see if that one went to Pennsylvania or not. So let's just look real quick and see. Of course, there are fans all over, but I always find that interesting. And of course, it did not. It's going to California. It's going to Hermosa Beach, so we'll send that one off. All right, let's talk about one last thing here that we'll have a video on later, and that's retail arbitrage after the holidays. So this was from Lowe's. Bought quite a few of these and sold them, believe it or not, really quickly in January. I think, and I have the receipt here somewhere, I think this was a $59.99 item, and it was 50% off. Got it for $30. And it sold for $75 plus shipping. It's an easy double your money item, and it's a multiple listing. So I don't do a ton of retail arbitrage, but I do like to go after the holidays and get some items. Disney always sells. And you know what? If you think about this for a second, it says Magic Holiday. You might be like, Christmas in June? What is this? Christmas in May? But people use these all the time, you know. Yeah, it's got red and green in there, but they use them, and I list them not just as Christmas, but birthday parties are on the back deck, or there's different ways you can list them, and people will buy these things year-round. All right, another retail arbitrage item, and there are 5 of these, and my wife picked this up when she was out on Black Friday shopping, and she was just shopping for herself. She was out with a friend, and saw these and said, hey, yeah, it's a pretty good deal. These were $5 at Five Below, and they sold, 5 of them sold today for $103.75 is what those sold for. So there is money to be made still in this day and age on Black Friday. It's not as easy as it used to be, but if you're looking for it, even if you're not going out to find it per se, if you're looking for it, you can definitely find those deals. So happy picking, and y'all, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe, if you'd ring the bell, hit the like button, and send me some comments. You know, what are some retail arbitrage items that you found after the holidays? Is there anything in particular that I need to be looking for? And I'll give you a few more of those in a later video. All right.